Yeah, fellas, welcome to the show. Today is Monday, and I've got two field reports. First one by Dan Diggy. Club and bar last night. I just came out with a report that I'm giving out for free. 62 places to meet women that have little to no competition from other dudes. I've got 62 of them. And I go into detail in my video report. So Dan Diggy says, the big booty Puerto Rican girl on my team called me at 1 a.m. I was just off work near some clubs, so I told her to meet me at a club. She was excited. I haven't talked to her in a while, been busy with work, but she's been calling me. While I was waiting for her, I stopped by my other job, which is an upscale bar. I had a drink, and a few fine women were giving me eye contact. I probably should have stepped up, but I just started working there 2 days ago and was with my manager. So I thought I'd better chill. You thought right. You definitely don't want your boss seeing you do that. Plus, you don't want to do that while you're working. They think very little of that. Ask your boss. Once I get more settled, it could be a good place to meet women. Remember the thing about work. You're there to work, not to meet chicks. And a bar is like a great place. Bouncers do it though. I know the bar scene, the barkeep, they do it, the bouncers do it, but I'm just trying to steer you in the right direction. I was actually a little surprised that women that fine were choosing up. I guess my self-esteem is lower than it should be. They were in the 8, 9 range. In the past, I've been getting mostly 7s. We went to let me actually stop for a moment. When you number, you limit yourself to those numbers. Okay? Don't number women. Just have a simple system. Okay? She's fine, she's hot, down to fuckable, then below that is not fuckable. Okay? Non-fuckable, fuckable. These are girls that they're passable, they're fuckable. You can fuck them. Then you got your fine chicks, your hot chicks. Okay? That's better. That way you have a wider, you don't have to limit yourself to just a number. We went to a small club and it was fun. It was a fun night. We danced a lot. She was a very good dancer. I love women who are good dancers. She was giving me lap dances like a stripper and dancing really freaky. People were actually cheering and filming us at one point. It was funny. Other women were choosing up on me, some giving me strong eye contact even as they were dancing with other guys. I've had that. I took her home and hit it for about an hour. First round, I hit it from the front while rubbing the clit, like in Supreme's book, How to Make a Woman Come, and she came. Fellas, you really got to know how to give a woman an orgasm. So many women out there are not getting orgasms, not getting sexually satisfied. You've got to learn the techniques of giving a woman an orgasm, okay? That would make you indispensable in her life. With the competition of vibrators, and vibrators make women have these fantastic orgasms, they really don't need men anymore. And unfortunately, dudes out there, like I remember one dude on the old channel was talking about, why should I make her come? Didn't even know anything about a woman coming. Okay, let me continue. Second round, I hit it from the back real hard. I almost broke my couch, made her come again. She couldn't handle it. I had to stop after a while. I outlasted her. The sex was great and passionate. I love Latin women. But what you could have did from the back, reach your hand around the front of her hip, get it under there, and finger the clit. You could have got the clit fingered, and she would have blown up even more. Okay? Also, if you ride it high, you'll be rubbing against the G spot as your dick is in. If you get up high and it goes down, it'll be rubbing against that G spot, which I'm pretty sure you were doing. So if you were fingering the clit and hit the G spot, she's still going to blow her fucking mind. Do you guys know how few guys know of these techniques? That's why women are cheating on their husbands and their boyfriends, because they can't get them off. I've met so many girls in the past that had never had orgasms or couldn't get one with their current boyfriend, but they had them before with other dudes. Afterwards, she told me some real stuff. She said I changed her whole perspective on life. I took her out of her comfort zone, gave her amazing sex, and helped her find herself. I'm glad I could have a positive effect on people like that. I want to have a positive effect on everyone I come in contact with, male and female. My goal is to give women great experiences so that they are happy they met me, even if we aren't together. And I agree with that. That's what I've done in my life. That's how I justified being a player. I didn't just hurt women deliberately. I tried to get them to elevate their lives. Like with Jovina, I got into public speaking. Now, I told the story before. A long time ago, we were at a nightclub, and they were having a show there. The announcer put a microphone in Jovina's face, and she forgot how to speak English. She reverted back to her Portuguese native tongue. I'm serious. She was that nervous. So I got into Toastmasters, and she started actually winning some competitions. I taught her. She also would grind her teeth, though. The week before her speech was due, I wake up and hear that teeth grinding, and her talk in her sleep. She's the type that like to memorize by rote, whereas I like to just go by the topic and then the underlying subtopics. And I also use my own secret technique that I give out in my product, Public Speaking. Go to my store if you want it. That's how I won all those ribbons back there, okay? And won those higher division levels. One secret technique. All right. Actually, there's two of them that I use. The contract and then my other technique. So where was I? It's good to bring a woman's life up. Doesn't make you a simp. Makes you a god, actually, to them. These days, I'm focused on staying in a high positive vibration and on giving. And more good things are coming to me. I've been negative and selfish in the past. It leads nowhere. Very true. As one person on our forum needs to learn, it's easy to be overly focused on getting pussy, getting money, but in order to get those things, you have to give. True that. You have to deserve it. If you focus on giving, the getting happens a lot easier. Just look at Supreme. Look how much advice and free/low-cost material he gives out. Glad you noticed that. For anybody new to Supreme's material, his stuff really works. That's how I got this girl in the first place. Just do what he says do. Don't think about it or try to change it. And that's a mistake a lot of guys make. I learned that lesson myself. Internet marketing, I try to adapt. No. You got to do it exactly as your teacher tells you in order to make something work. Okay? You got to do the system exactly. You can't vary off, create something yourself, because you don't know. And I've learned that the hard way. Hard head makes for a soft behind. Be hard-headed about it, you're going to regret it. Okay. Next field report from Lord Immaculate. I had the pleasurable experience of seeing that title when I first came on board the other day. Coworker swallowed my load, field report. Yeah. He writes, I had to do it. LOL. I know Supreme always advises never, ever to do shit with coworkers, but I did it for the experience. See how he's justifying his weakness? Even use the LOL. LOL. Lord Immaculate, thank you for not listening to me and doing exactly what I said not to do. That shows where our relationship is going to be going. I'm posting this field report to show the importance of the concept of flexibility and empathy in your game. So you try to teach now, huh? Someone that said bust out and did the wrong thing, and you're trying to teach. Well, let me teach you something there, brother. You just put your job in jeopardy for a blow job. That bitch could go to HR and say that you talked her, took her home, but you made her suck her dick. I feel stressed out now. I'm going out on stress leave. And guess what? They'll have to pay her. Now, do you think they're going to keep you after that? All she got to do is one complaint. She now has you by the balls. You better get used to licking her asshole. She could do that now. Probably not, but she could do that. I need you to recognize that she could actually do that and become shitty on you. You'll lose your job if she wants it. She's got you by the balls. If you live outside of America, America is a hell place in the work zone for this kind of shit. They don't play. They don't play one bit. I learned this a long time ago. The girl that I got into the call girl game with, she fucked her boss, or one of the VPs of her company, then pretended to go out on stress. She went out on stress. That's when we got into the whole call girl thing. She had, just having sex with dudes, getting paid for it. She came back to her job, as a settlement because they were paying her. She was a mastermind, okay? She was from Mexico. She was here illegally with a fake Social Security number and all that stuff. So she came back at double her pay just to pay her off, because she could have did what a ex-girlfriend of mine did, the Mac makeup chick did, which I'll talk about in just a second. She came back at double the pay with extra bonuses for a clerical type of job. Jesus. Now, my ex-girlfriend, hers was a valid case. She was working at a popular lower-end restaurant. There's a chain of them that we all know. She was 16. Some Arab guy was, harassing her at work, sexually harassing her. She was 16. And it made her fucked up, stressed. She didn't have a father. Her father was a homosexual. And her mom was looked like a bowling ball, really round. She went out on stress. I guess her mother talked her into it, and they sued the company, and she won a lot of money. Okay, gave me a check for $5,000. I got two cars. We got taken on vacation, Disneyland. I've got the photo to prove it. I think I've shown that photo. I'm sitting there with the Mickey hat tilted and my sunglasses on. If not, I'll put it up as proof. So, instead of flashback memory, we had to fuck outside of the hotel room that we're in, because her mom was in there. Yeah, I'm sleeping in the same room with her, mom, and her in one bed and me in another. Weird situation. Anyway, yeah. So she also got retraining education. They don't play in this country. Basically, we got a new girl at work, and automatically I sensed that I could get in there. As I got to know her a bit better, she would complain about her boyfriend being overly domineering and non-appreciative. The boyfriend sounds like a loser. Total loser. Let's see, what do we have? She ran away from home with him because he romanced her in the beginning. Now she says he just abuses her and makes her do everything in the house, and even wakes her up from her sleep to make him food. I do that with Jovina. He also tells her he fucks other women and calls her ugly and stupid. That I don't do. I would never do something like that to a woman. Yeah. She can't leave because she lives in his house and he has money. She doesn't want to go back home either. Yeah. Ever since she first started working with us a month ago, I only had 3 conversations with her. My buddy, who was a bit more talkative with everyone, told me she's really easy to talk to, and he would hook me up with her as he knows I like light-skinned Indian girls. I was appreciative but kind of insulted that he would think I didn't have enough game to get it myself. See, there's that ego. You got to come out of your ego, man. Your ego is a weakness. And as long as she knows about your ego, she will control you with it. One symbol will destroy you. It will destroy your ego so much that you won't be able to get it up again. You'll be like this in the future. I don't know what's wrong with it. Okay. So I then started trying to find an in. Sure enough, the next time I'm at work, I stalk her ass into the employee break room, and she's alone. There's a bathroom in there, so I go use it. I came back out and sit next to her and use the environment. Good. You always want to use the environment on your approaches. She opens up and tells me about her problems, and I hold her hand. That's some simp-ass shit. I listen, and then she tells me her boyfriend won't even message her after work. So I tell her she can call me for a message anytime. Simp. Your name is Captain Save-A-Ho, not Lord Immaculate, okay? This all leads to me getting her number and setting up for me to give her a ride home after work. I had my buddy cover for me while I took her home a few hours later. You could have lost your job over that shit. When she got, never mind what your work situation is, I'm just saying, okay? I know you're going to come back and say blah, 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 but don't. When she got back in my car, she at first acted a bit cold and wanted to simp me out. I just ignored that and held her hand again. Da-da-da! Big ass S on your chest. I'm here to save hoes! A lot of guys with weak egos, they look for women that are destroyed like that to help prop them up and pick them up and fix them up. Just saying. Her hand again and kept asking questions. She said, "Are you holding my hand now? Why?" I want to know why too. Shit. What's up? And I told her, "You had no problem in the break room." And she said, "I thought you were comforting me." I said, "I was," and kissed her hand. Save-A-Ho! I basically ran my game a bit dominant, not by kissing them hand, dude. I guess that's what you call dominant. Just see me in action. As she responds to this first, but also use my empathy to give her what that guy at home isn't, just a bit. I don't want her falling in love and then ruining my job. You've already ruined your job, by the way. She ain't got to be in love. You think women are going to do this just because they love someone? There are women that will do this deliberately so they can go out on a stress leave and get some time off. She go to the racquetball or go to the gym, work out. It's all good for stress. Go to the movies, get paid for it. Go to lunch, get paid for it. I basically built more rapport by asking questions and talking and agreeing with her emotions, but also correcting her. Okay, that's good. I hit the pimp flow again. I kissed her at a red light and made her suck my finger. Kept driving, had some fun, cracked a few jokes, more talking, parked up, and had her suck my dick. She sucked it pretty good. She swallowed my load. Thanks for that visual, man. Really. Reality set in. She realized she was late for her man, and he was texting her like crazy. She was about 20 minutes late. I gave her instructions how to fool his ass correctly. She got caught cheating before, so she needed the coaching. I helped her out, and her man actually believed what I told her to say, and he ended up easing up on her. That motherfucker's a weak motherfucker. Hell, both y'all are weak motherfuckers. In my book, kissing that hand shit, man, come on. Trying to be Mr. Romantic. Look at ya. Slap yourself now, okay? She was happy about that. And I dropped her off about a block away. Hickory dickory dock, this chick was sucking my cock. The clock struck 2. I dropped my goo, and dropped that bitch on the next block. Andrew Dice Clay. Love that guy. Never knew he was Jewish. I thought he was Italian. I found his name was Silverstein. It was raining before, so I reminded her to take her umbrella out and spray some water on it. From my water bottle, I sent her ass home, confident in herself that she really was late for a good reason. I've told the story before. I was at Malarkey's in my town, upstairs in the upstairs portion, and these chicks came in. This blonde chick was the lead one. She came and started talking to me and invited me back to the VIP room. She was with that, who's that dude that does Pimp My Ride? They had a concert in town. She was one of the females in that group. And she was with that dude. At least that's what she told me. They had an argument. She left, came over there. I took her back to my place. Her friends got in the limo and went back, and I got my little Saturn, by the way. I was in a fucking Saturn, stick shift, and drove her home. But when I dropped her off, I had to drop her off there at the big-ass hotel on K Street? Yeah, K Street. Let me see, K Street. Yeah, you go up now. Yeah, K Street. And I had to drop her off at the end of the block because their security, some dude was like 6'8", big-ass brother. And then there was some other people in the show out in front, and she didn't want to be seen getting out of my car. And then I think they saw, yeah, I remember them chasing or going down the street towards us when she got out. She probably told me I just had to get a ride home. Let's see. Lessons learned. Empathy is important. It's not always about just being a dominant male and what you want. I just realized you guys probably don't believe me about that, do you? She's from Oregon. Her brother is trying to be a rapper. He was on a AAA baseball team in Texas. Okay? Don't make this shit up. I don't lie about my shit. You have to give them what they are missing as well as the time that you catch them. The needs change according to their life situation. Once they are sure they have one thing, they want another. Shit tests are nothing to get mad about. This I do agree with. Each one is handled differently according to the circumstances. No one answer is correct. Actually, there is a good answer. You guys ready for this? Anytime you get a shit test, tell that bitch, oh, this is one of those shit tests. Okay, you get this one for free. That lets her know that you're aware of the game, you're aware of what she's trying to do, and that tells her that you won't tolerate it anymore. Okay? The common denominator is you don't lose your cool or get mad. Exactly. It's okay to be flexible and show a human side, to be romantic and shit. It's justifying your kiss in the hand, huh? Give the right amounts and don't go crazy. Compliments are fine. You just have to use your head. Know who needs them and who doesn't. It's not based on looks, but on their current emotional state. If she's feeling low and ugly and unwanted because she's been abused, Captain Save-A-Ho. As I said, weak men will look for women because, not that Captain Save-A-Ho here is like that, but weak men will look for women that are low self-esteem or fucked up to try to fix them so that they think that woman will be entitled to them And these dummies learn the hard way. I've seen it so many times. They put a lot of energy into the girl, and she fucks around them and walks away because they were just too nice. You can't fix a bitch's problem. Let her fix them himself. Know who needs them and who doesn't. It's not based on looks, but on their current emotional state. If she's feeling low and ugly, blah, 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 views, she needs to be brought back to at least normal self-esteem. A few compliments will do this for a while. Girls like this can't even conceive of high self-esteem. So your compliments will get them back to normal, which to them feels like high self-esteem because they feel so low all the time. That part is good advice, though. It's okay to admit that, don't agree with that, to your faults when you make small mistakes. Who cares about small mistakes? You do. Again, that's the weakness of your ego. Okay? So all the rest of this, you're talking about, your ego stuff, your insecurity about it. So anyway, you got to be careful of fucking girls at work. Okay? She can have you by the balls if she wants to. She can go out and get paid, not have to work if she wants to. So your job depends on her right now. I don't like that. Doesn't feel good to me. I don't want a bitch having power over me. And you put a bitch in a position of having power over you. Okay? Good luck, fellas.